Yo, what's poppin', is Ramulus, welcome back to a brand new video. So, the Season 13 rank rewards were announced kinda recently, so I thought it'd be fitting to discuss the Grand Champ rewards and, more specifically, GC progress and titles and what changes I think should be made. Item rewards will be discussed another time. And remember, the season ends on March 25th, so if you do not have your desired rank rewards yet, make sure you get those. I'm sure you do not want to miss out. Okay, so starting off with the rewards themselves, what is wrong with the current state in the system? So, in case you don't know, Grand Champ rewards always come with a gold coloured in-game title, which is very likely the only part of GC rewards anyone has ever cared about. The issue is underrepresented exclusivity. Grand Champ has no hard ceiling and its skill level keeps on increasing, but the rewards granted for that do not demonstrate anything. It's always just Grand Champ, it's too vague. So due to this, the pro players get the exact same rewards and title as Jimmy, who's Champ 2 in 3s and grazed Grand Champ in 2s for 10 games and then fell back into Champ 3 never to reach it again. And of course, everyone in between. The difference in skill is absolutely outrageous, and I definitely think there should be some extra rewards in there, as people effectively up to 9 ranks apart get the exact same rewards. On top of this, once one gets 10 wins in GC, that is it for reward progress. You are done. There's nothing left for you to do, and players at the absolute highest level get their GC rewards within the first week, if not the first day of a new season. Speaking of the highest level, there is no form of reward for players that end the season inside the top 100. Such players easily deserve at least a title illustrating their achievement. And the only current distinction of skill at the GC level is the age of the oldest GC title a player owns. So for instance, a Season 6 GC is likely better than a Season 12. Not necessarily the case every single time, but that's pretty much as far as skill level distinction goes at GC via a reward. The set of solutions is very simple, and in my mind the ideal situation is as follows. So the GC title should include the MMR bracket that the players achieve. I have a few mock-up examples on screen, and this upgrade reward will be determined as follows. So when you get the first 10 wins in GC to confirm the rewards, instead of just stopping cold, it will just say must be at 1600 MMR to advance, 0 out of 10, much like the rank sets below GC. And once a player has gotten 10 wins at 1600 MMR, and thus has earned the 1600 rewards, it then reads must be 1700 MMR to advance, 0 out of 10. This continues with the player only receiving the title corresponding to the highest reward tier achieved. So regarding the issue for top 100 players then, I think that the players receiving the rewards should be determined by the standings of the leaderboard at the instant the season ends. So as soon as that season ends, everyone in the top 100 is then eligible for their title depending on where they are placed. So 51st to 100th receives Season N, where N is the season, 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, top 100. 11th to 50th is Season N, 1s, 2s or 3s, top 50. 2nd to 10th is just top 10, and then first receives Season N, 1s, 2s, 3s, rank 1, or something similar. Here are some mock-up examples, and note that I'm using the purple glow colour, something that is in Rocket League but not yet used officially. But what about tiebreakers? Well, ideally only 100 of these titles should be given out per game mode, but what if the 100th entry on the leaderboard has the same MMR as the 101st, or the 50th entry has the same MMR as the 51st and 52nd, etc.? Well, in such a situation, the tiebreak is won by the player or players with the highest peak MMR of all the players in the tiebreak. So let's assume you got 100th, right? You got one guy who just snuck into the 100 position 5 minutes before the season end. But then you've got someone who actually peaked at 65th during the season, whatever MMR that might be. But he had a bit of a bad day right at the end of the season and fell down to 101st. Now I feel like the person who was 65th deserves the title over the person who came into 100th, so I think that is actually a fair system. Now, if both players have the same peak MMR as well, the title will just be awarded to both. The probability of such an event happening is very low, and thus, you know, maybe 102 people might get a top 100 title every 4 seasons or so. Platform-specific top 100 titles are similar in execution but different in principle. Although, if acted upon, the reward titles would specify that the top 100 was platform-specific, I think that the rewards would dilute the exclusivity of a top 100 title in general, so I'll kind of leave this one as a topic for debate, because I think it would be good to have, because it would keep, you know, very good players, you know, give them some rewards. But then the idea of a top 100 is a normal Grand Champ title isn't enough, you know what I mean? So maybe platform specific will not quite cut it, but like I said, I'll leave that one for debate. So that's it. Simple as that. I believe implementing all of those fairly small things will revolutionize the concept of high level ranked. It will add the grind for the very, very good players. It will add more value to the rewards that all players will receive, and definitely highlight the absolute upper echelon of Rocket League players that are not in RLRS and RLCS, and definitely is something that Psyonix, aka Epic Games or whatever, needs to implement into their game, because I'm sure a lot of people are getting pretty upset and kind of bored, to be honest. Hopefully Psyonix can see this video eventually and then take some inspiration. Okay then, well, whichever way you cut it, this is the end of the video, so thank you very much for watching. Remember to hit that like button if you have enjoyed, hit that sub if you want to see more content, not necessarily just like this, but if you want to see all kinds of new content, make sure to hit that sub button. And yeah, so I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Take it easy, guys.
Warrior.